Hey, it's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Now, today, I really hope you can hear me, okay? Because that mic I had last video, it was just terrible, just not working. So I didn't get another mic. I'm just speaking loudly. Usually I have sleeping kids when I'm making a video. So right now, they're not. So I can talk, okay? Louder. All right, so today I wanted to actually, because it's Black History Month, I thought why not talk about Watchtower and its Black history. I was watching the movie Harriet, and it's a really good movie about Harriet Tubman. And one of the lines that stuck out to me and, kind of made me think of, this topic, doing a video on this topic, in that movie, you know, of course, she was, had the Underground Railroad freeing slaves and everything, but you had some slaves that were afraid to escape. And their reasoning was, Master told us that the Bible say it's a special place. God got a special place in hell for runaways, for escapees, right? Slaves that run away. And I'm like, man, that's really that's a cult. Like that's very manipulative to tell someone that if they run away, God has a special place in hell for them. But it made me think about the Jehovah Witnesses and how being raised one, you think that researching or looking at anything negative towards the Jehovah's Witnesses or anything, we thought that that was really evil and God especially didn't like people that went out and criticized his organization or looked for faults or listened to lies, apostate lies. So, looking at any of that stuff, we just thought that we were definitely God's enemy, like the worst of the worst, right? Worse than a pedophile, worse than the murderer. We thought we were the worst of the worst if we became an apostate. And we just never could imagine that we would do that, right? We wouldn't dare learn the truth about the truth. Had no clue how good it would be for us to learn the truth about the truth. Just complete fear. So, and that's just for all races, that the Jehovah Witnesses has had us trapped thinking that we can't look anywhere else, or kind of like the slaves thought that it, or else it would, God would have a special place in hell for us. And even though the Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in hell, we still thought that God would look at us worse than a pedophile or a rapist for looking at something negative towards his organization, apostate material, right? But then when you dive into the actual history and start thinking about um, how they used to treat Black people and what type of racism, that they have going on, how did they do during segregation and all of that, there's a lot to learn. And when I first started learning about some of the Watchtower quotes or some of the quotes from the Golden Age, which was, some of the name of some of the Watchtower literature before it was called Watchtower, Zion, things like that. Some of the quotes in that, and even in the Watchtower, the older literature, latest 1950s, they were saying some of these bizarre things about the so-called colored race, Black people, you know, and you have to do your own research, but some of the quotes were saying that in paradise, Black people's skin would become pure and white, as if this was this caramel complexion I have is some type of default that God is going to fix in paradise. Um, I think I like my complexion just the way it is, okay? That is not a default and something that I need to be fixed in paradise. But yet, this is what this organization was telling its members around this time. And I'm not sure exactly where that one is quoted, but again, it is nothing but a simple Google search. There's a lot of good videos on racism and Jehovah's Witnesses that I've been looking at this morning. One of them that I'm looking at was by The Real Truth 1914. I looked at one by Kim and Mikey this morning. September 2018 was when that video was published. But this one from The Real Truth 1914, it's just quotes, and I'm going to read some of them because it's just a slide of quotes. So, were the founders of the Jehovah's Witness religion racist? Of course they were. Colored people have less education than whites, many of them quite insufficient to permit them to profit by such reading as we have to give worth, Zion's Watchtower. While the Negro rapidly masters the rules and regulations of the Christian religion, he still continues to be gross, immoral, and deceitful, Zion's Watchtower 8/15/1901. As the attendance of the colored people would increase, proportionately the number of the whites would decrease, recognizing that it meant either the success or the failure of the enterprise. We have been compelled to assign the colored friends to the gallery, Watchtower 4/1/1914, page 110 through 111. The millennial kingdom will bring restitution to all mankind, restitution to the perfection of mind and body, feature and color, to the grand original standard which God declared very good, and that was Watchtower, April 1st, 1914, page 110 through 111. So we were supposed to be, the original standard was obviously pure white skin, which was declared by God as very good. It's what the Watchtower is saying. And that's one of the things that they harped on Kimmy Mikey's video that I was looking at this morning, that's talking about the Jehovah's Witnesses being assigned to the gallery, saying that they could see just as well sitting in the gallery. They could, hear the sermon just as well, but that was still segregation. And while they could have, you know, um, broke some of these segregation laws at the time and put their people together, like they're breaking some laws now by not calling the cops on pedophiles when they're supposed to, but they're trying to, keep Jehovah's name clean and their organization clean and not bring reproach on Jehovah's name by not telling on these criminals. So I don't see why they wouldn't break the laws then and do the right thing and let the black and white sit together. There shouldn't have been any separation. There shouldn't have been any division. Um, there are many quotes. Is there anything in the Bible that reveals the origin of the Negro? It is generally believed that the curse which Noah pronounced upon Canaan was the origin of the black race. They have been and are a race of servants. There is no servant in the world as good as a good colored servant. The Golden Age, 7/24/1929, page 702. Really, our colored brothers have great cause for rejoicing. Their race is meek and teachable. Watchtower, February 1st, 1952. Okay, a great number of Jehovah's Witnesses are not white. Okay, that's just some of the quotes that the video was saying, which I thought was very interesting. But again, since it's Black History Month, I just wanted to bring this back to the forefront because, we're always circulating those truths about the truths around the XJW community, right? And sometimes, we can have a new video on it at just the perfect time. And I felt like, why not Black History Month on this 22nd day of February 222, let's remember, how the Jehovah's Witnesses made these crazy quotes about black people and they, kept them segregated. It just made me think. I remember my grandma, she's 91, and I remember hearing a lot of stories from her growing up and how, she would travel for conventions out of town and stuff like that, and how, you know, um, it was during segregation, so they couldn't go stay at hotels and stuff like that, but sometimes they would stay at the different brothers and sisters' houses, and sometimes they would be white brothers and sisters, and she didn't have anything negative to say or anything, but it just makes me think back to, yeah, you're staying in these white brothers and sister houses, and they were nice to you, but they were also reading this literature from the organization that basically put black people beneath white people, you know, um, black people meek and teachable, and it just put us in this box, and it shouldn't have been that way. So, you know, me finding out how some of the racist comments that the Watchtower made really was a really big turnoff for me, along with all the other um, truths about the so-called truth that you'll learn that will just totally turn you off. But learning all of the racist slurs was definitely a big turnoff for me. So you guys definitely go do more research on this subject, watch more videos because, like I say, there's a few of them out there that's been made previously. So I think we should definitely educate ourselves on the history of the Watchtower and its racism. Okay? That's all I have to say for today. I just wanted to make a quick video and say hi to you guys, let you know what I was thinking about. I hope you're having a great day. And of course, I'll be back with more content. Have a great day. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and let me know what you think. All right.